What up, Fight World? It's the kid. We right back on top of things. I like that. The Vampire Stream. Oh yeah. Today is Friday. Some of y'all just waking up. Some of y'all just going to sleep. But I want you to know one thing. This is the Vampire Stream. We got to talk about Deontay Wilder, the Bronze Bomber. Waiting for y'all to join. Boxing's been cracking. And we ain't slacking. Steady on our macking. Yeah. Yeah. Drop a comment when you guys come in. The sooner you do that, the sooner it'll notify people. Jacob says, what's up, my dude? Congrats on all your success. Shout out to you. Shout out to the boxing fans. The last 2 years have been my favorite on this platform. Boxing is back. Shout out to Iotis, Bronx, Peace Ego. What up? Listen, make sure y'all smash the like button. We on the Vampire Stream. And the sooner we do that, the sooner we can get it cracking. Shout out to Maryland. Why are you talking about sleep when this is the Vampire Stream? If you're a vampire, you don't need to sleep. Sleep all day, party all night, live forever. The Vampire Stream. I am not immortal. Relevant Duke. What up, Boxing Ego? What up? Wilder will knock out AJ. Well, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna see what people feel. Yo, smash the like button, people. We up late. The length of this really depends. Go to sleep, you go to sleep. You clicked on my video. This is the Vampire Stream. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to. I answered that earlier. Crawford versus Spence. Let me see what Crawford looks like in his 147 debut. And then I'll get back to you. But before then, I can't really say because I like to make fair assessments, and everything will be the Vampire Stream. Everything will be based on Crawford's past success at 2 previous weight divisions, 135 and 140. You have a very punchable face. We'll run up. Simple. Right, you do that. Complex persona. And let me know how that turns out for you. The Vampire Stream. The nighttime brings out all the weirdos. Just be prepared. Wilder had big trouble with the southpaw, so Ortiz was tough. Joshua will be tough too. I think Joshua will beat Wilder. LSI. Let's see it. LOL, chill ego, you're not that guy. You're the one that said it. You said I have a punchable face, so I told you to run up. If that's how you feel, run up. I don't have to be that guy. You the one that set the standard. You said I have a punchable face. You set the standard. So if that's how you feel, I'm a vlogger. I'll be at the spots that I'm at. It's not hard to find me. So you the one. I don't have any standards to meet. You talking about chill ego. You not that guy. I'm not trying to be that guy. You the one that made the comment. So you the one that has a standard that you have to live up to, an expectation that you have to live up to. I don't have to live up to anything. You made the comment. LOL, I'm done. Exactly. Of course you're done. Chump. Motherfucker talk, you have a punchable face. Chill ego, you the one trying to be the guy. Fuck out my face. Vampire stream. Never said I wanted to punch you. You always coming on here with them shades looking funny. Run up. If you don't like the shades, you don't like, you know what I'm saying? You the one judging another man. It's that simple. You the one coming up with, you got the shade. Why you care what another man wears? Damn, it don't matter what time of the day it is. Some of y'all motherfuckers is really concerned with what I do. You can't spend the money that I have in my bank account. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to live through these shades. You don't have to do nothing. But remember, at the end of the day, who's watching who? I don't watch you. I don't go to the Complex Persona channel. Just know that. The Vampire Stream. Motherfuckers say something to me, and then I rebuttal what they say, and then they say, oh, chill ego, you not that dude. But you the one that made the comment. Too easy, man. I will be going to the Crawford vs. Horn fight in May or June. Whenever they announce the fight date in Las Vegas, Ego is the best boxing commentator in the game. Much love. I'll probably see you there because I plan to go on that fight. I got to just see the dates or whatever, but shout out to D Bevel. He says, I'm a vampire in Vegas. See, we the West Coast vampires. I'm in Cali, you holding it down in Las Vegas. I got my lemon tea. Look at this lemon tea, people. Hold on, I don't want to spill this hot ass shit on me. This shit is good. The Vampire Stream. Jason Perez, he said NYLC. We rep for the West Coast, and he had a bang for the East. I feel it. He said New York all day. Yeah, I seen AJ's impression of Wilder. That's good. I'll make a video about it if y'all want. Look. The Vampire Stream. This is...
Joshua, wait. Are you up for the test? Because I know I'm.
Hey, we gotta get them likes up if y'all wanna see that. If y'all wanna see that AJ. If y'all wanna see that AJ Wilder impersonation. If y'all wanna see that, smash the like button on the Vampire Stream. Look at Complex Persona still begging for attention from another man. Crazy. The Vampire Stream. Man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this Wilder Joshua, man. I promise you. Hold on, let me take this tea bag out. Hold on. Oh. I'm trying to drink and the tea bag's all fucked up. Someone said, get him, Ego. He got himself. He played himself. Congratulations, you played yourself. They come in, it don't matter what time of the day it is, you're talking crazy. Wanting attention from another man. Crazy. You on some hating shit, bro. Why do you want attention? Don't let this little YouTube hype. This shit ain't little. Ain't shit little about this YouTube hype. What are you talking about? He told, don't let this little YouTube hype get to you. Like, ain't shit got to me. You the one came talking crazy. But this stream ain't about you. Chill, bro. This shit is not even about, don't let this little YouTube. What's little about it, man? We verified. How many channels you know in the boxing game is verified? what, Ellie, Fight Hype. You know what I'm saying? We romping with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't shit little about that. If your channel's little in the boxing game, you don't get verified. Fuck is you talking about? The Vampire Street. Shout out to Ego Army, man. We hold it down. Damn, I missed your Floyd Mayweather live stream. You can catch the replay. Someone said block him, please. It's up to the fans. If the fans want him gone, he can get gone. I'm just sipping my tea like Kermit. He's clearly hating. He wants attention. Make sure y'all smash for the Vampire stream. Hey, bro, you gotta go. All you doing is just hating. He says, also, no hating, but your intros be mad big. I don't know what that means. And mad annoying, saying hit the bell icon to every video. Always wanted to let you know that. You're irrelevant. You ain't done shit on YouTube. I don't need tips from you. What have you accomplished? What have you know what I'm saying? What have you accomplished? Complex persona. Every time I click on a video, I gotta wait like 2 minutes to get to the content. You keep clicking though. So what I'm doing must be working. Shout out to my shooter, man. These dudes want attention so bad. And I always want to tell you, like, see, this I'm gonna tell y'all, this is how you know when you're dealing with a fucking hater. Because he's probably gonna come back under an alias or something, because this is what they do. They hate everything about me. My intros are long and boring, and I'm begging for clicking on the bell icon or whatever. Cool. But you're admitting what you don't want to be admitting, that you keep watching the videos. Because you wouldn't even be annoyed if you're like, man, I hate this motherfucker. He begging at the beginning. His intros is long. Then you wouldn't even click on it. But you proving my point that you a fan. Just be a fan. Fall back. It's okay. I know you want to hate. Like I said, I'm Floyd Mayweather of this shit. I'm just sipping my tea, and they keep coming for me. Complex persona hates that you're on the grind and don't got one. Ha ha ha. Pretty much. You know what I mean? He might be another channel under a fake account or something. But we just get this money. We're not really worried about all the other stuff on the Vampire stream. Haters never learn. Same old shit, just recycled. I'm glad you guys see it, man. I'm up here trying to talk about Wilder and Joshua. They trying to talk about me. So I must be it. If there's celebrity boxers and great fights to be had, and the title of the video is about that, I didn't just get up here and start talking about myself, but they want to talk about me. Oh, look at your intro. Okay. You don't like it, don't click. The Vampire stream. This tea is really good right now. Shout out to Hardy. He said, hey, caught these motherfuckers in other channels, chats lying and shit, talking about that ego channel kicks people out for nothing. Exactly. I want people to think that. I mean, it'll build interest for me. And it's probably just someone who got kicked out for losing a hot seat. Listen, if you have to go to a Showtime boxing channel or another channel to snitch on me, what is happening? I have a great relationship with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, who are y'all getting in trouble? Like, who you telling them something about I did on my channel? I'm well within the community guidelines. Look, when you become a big boy channel, you get to talk to YouTube directly. Thanks for getting back. I have reinstated the videos that you have provided. If you have any, see, YouTube fuck with me. So, I'm good. Who you telling? Shout out to Fran, baby. I see you. Come to death row, baby. We be doing it on YouTube. Come to death row. We gonna start printing our own money. I love it. Yeah, I love it. They can hate all they want. Me and YouTube is good. As long as I'm within the YouTube community guidelines, we good. Hey, friend, thanks for getting back to me on that YouTube tip. We gonna start printing our own money. Yeah, something special. You know how James Earl Jones at Coming to America said, "Let them wait." My new shit is "Let them hate." Y'all can hate. It don't matter, baby. I told you, I'm young. I'm Pretty Boy Floyd, about to be Money Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. I chose to be the bad guy. I chose to be the bad guy. Okay, Bobby V says, "This is why you have a punchable face. Your personality too cocky, brother. I want to catch a fade with you, ego." Okay. So you mad about how another dude sound? You probably the same motherfucker that we just blocked. This is why you have a punchable face. Listen, you don't know me. I don't know you. The fuck am I gonna catch a fade for it with a fucking stranger? See, get these dirt bags out of here, man. You probably the same dude. This is why. Listen, listen. And the funny thing is, where's all this hostility? I don't walk around trying to be no tough guy. I'm me. You see me. I dap people up, take pictures. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to run around be no tough guy. But where's all this hostility and extra ass shit when I'm actually covering fights? You know what I'm saying? There's always some difference. Well, you would look like a fool. What are you gonna say? Oh, you that motherfucking ego. I don't like your opinions. Let's fight. Like what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say if you see me? Like, come on, fisticuffs. Your personality's too cocky for me. I don't know you. What are you talking about? Let's get to the money, people, man. It's okay. I chose to be the bad guy. Bobby V, I chose to be the bad guy. Ask Yar Hussein, $5 super chat. They know you close to getting that Showtime contract. They must know something. Bobby V, chill. We're not even trying to block you. Stop worrying about me. Just enjoy the content. Talk about boxing. I'm not trying to make this stream about me. I don't care about me. I care about boxing. I'm trying to talk about AJ. And you say, okay, just humble yourself. Just humble yourself, ego. You're not God. I don't have to worship you. I'm straight. Me a guy straight. I have conversations with him all the time. What are you talking about? Just humble yourself. Who are you? You don't know me. You don't know what I do in my personal life. Motherfucker said, just humble yourself. What? How you know I ain't humble? Because I chose to be the bad guy? Huh? Hey, I chose to be the bad guy. I know that makes y'all mad because I chose to be the bad guy. Hey, they want to say fuck shit damn like me. It's cool. Oh my gosh. Bro, how are you going to pay me? Listen, how are you going to pay me in a super chat? Listen, this is a new level of hate. You haters, you're taking it too far. You just paid me so I could read your comment to hate on me. Bobby V just paid Canada $2. He just donated $2 and said, ego, just be humble. You're very full of yourself, brother. Bro, you just super chatted. You paid me to tell me about myself. See, why? Y'all crazy. This shit is, I ain't never even heard of this shit. Why are you watching someone that you think is too cocky? I'm not full of myself. Listen, I chose to be the bad guy. Bro, I chose to be the bad guy. Like, just deal with it. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say, oh, you fucking broke motherfuckers. I'm the only, like, I didn't say nothing. I encourage all of y'all out there to get this money. You know what I mean? Stop the hate. Stop the hate. Life is too short. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say I'm better than anyone. Hey, bro, you keep paying me to hate on me. This is some new shit. And you're in Canada, I see. He just paid another $5. He said, I enjoy the content. Well, then why you keep saying, hey, you gotta humble yourself, bro? What are you talking about? I'm not doing nothing unhumble, but you can keep the money coming in because, you know, I chose to be the bad guy. Y'all crazy on this vampire stream. This shit is funny. You keep paying me to hate on me. Fuck it. You see why I chose to be the bad guy. You're paying me to hate. Fuck it. I ain't never seen no shit like this. But sorry everybody. I know it's rude to talk to one person when you got company. Let's just talk about boxing. All y'all know, I chose to be the bad guy, but Bobby V, why are you so mad? Like what? Hold on, I'm gonna get to the boxing content. I just want y'all to know I chose to be the bad guy. But what am I saying that's not humble and that's so cocky? Listen, maybe once you whatever you do, like whatever you're striving for, maybe once you put in the same amount of hours and work that I do, then this cockiness will come too. Because the only things that I've ever been cocky or confident about has been because I put in the fucking work. Because I put in the work. I ain't never like you don't see me saying, "Oh, I'll beat anybody's ass in tennis. I'm the best soccer player," like because I ain't done the work. I ain't been doing the education, as Kanye West would say. You know what I mean? So I would never claim that. But when it comes to this shit right here, when it comes to boxing, I know, I know what I've done, and I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. You know what I mean? I didn't just come out the gates and say, I'm the best or I have the best channel. I don't even really say that now. I let the fans decide that. But I'm confident in my channel. I feel like we have a presentable channel. I feel like I release good content. You know what I mean? The fans could ultimately judge. So I'm not being humble. I'm not saying anything from a place of I'm better than the next man. You know what I mean? I don't understand why you're so mad. Like, you should want me to be confident. You know what I mean? A young entrepreneur came from the bottom, came from the mud. You should be happy. Every time I hop on the stream, you don't seem very humble, but it's just my 2 cents. I could care less. If you value my opinion, you could think I'm a hater. I'ma still watch. You are a hater because you keep telling me this is why your face is punchable. What? So you live in Canada and you threatening me. You know what I'm saying? Because where I'm from, that's a threat. If you talking about, oh, you look punchable, okay. Like I said, run up. If that's what you feel, 'cause, like, see, that's what I'm saying. You're not God just because. See, now we just shifting the narrative. Um, because I'm not living my life or acting how you want me to act, it's making me punchable. Like, what would you do if you see me? If you just see me at a fight, you'd be like, oh, yeah, put him up. I'm going to fucking deck you. That's just weird. It's weird. I'm just tweaking with you. I know. And then you started hating, and then you start paying me to hate. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, this internet shit is crazy. I ain't never seen this. You debited money out of your bank account. Whatever you do, maybe you have a lot of it. I don't know. But you debited money from your bank account to hate/pay me. This is why I chose to be the bad guy. I'm telling you. Let's get back to boxing, people. You paid to hate. I gotta just drink my tea. Look. I gotta drink this tea. You know what I mean? Like Kermit. You chose to hate on me and pay. Okay. The vampire stream. Hey, Askier Hussein, he just donated $5. I ain't trying to start no beef in the comment section. Y'all can read what he put, but I'm not gonna do that man like that. But shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Y'all trying to have me say the shit, and then Bobby V start, oh, see, this is why I want to punch you. Like, yo, y'all can't be paying me to diss other motherfuckers in the stream. See, I got tough skin. Y'all can try to roast me, but don't get mad. Bobby V, Bobby V, hey, hold on. What's going on with the vampire stream? Bobby V, you just paid me again to diss the guy that just dissed you. It's getting weird. It's getting weird in here. The guy paid me to diss you and have me read it, and I just said I'm not gonna read it, and then you just paid me $10 to diss him back. This is that new shit. This is that 2018 shit. Y'all, something's different. He said, shout out to Askiar, you a bum. Hey, bro, y'all gotta chill. I'm not, like, can we just all get along? I ain't never seen this. But I told you, I got the pop in the streams. I'm the stream king. That's why we just get it popping. You see things you don't see at other boxing streams. And y'all wonder why. Man, I chose to be the bad guy. You see, I chose to be the bad guy. Oscar, he can say whatever he want. He want to say fuck shit damn like me. I chose to be the bad guy. Crazy. Life is always crazier than fiction. All right, let's get into this boxing. You guys seen the title. We already did roll call. I guess so. Hold on. We have almost 100 people in this. The lights just stopped. Smash the like button. If y'all know that I chose to be the bad guy and y'all enjoy the content, the rivalries, the debates, what I'm bringing to the game of boxing, working around the clock, show some love, people, man. We have fun here. Shout out to Rudy. What's good? What's up? Listen, 50 likes and I'll show you what Anthony Joshua talking about. He did a Wilder impersonation. If we get to 50 likes ASAP, then I'll play it for you. If y'all want to see me play this, hey, y'all tripping. Askiar Hussein $10 super chat. Excuse me. Here we go again, Bobby V. You will lose this money competition with me as anybody on this stream. Shout out to Brooklyn. Listen, I'm not trying to start the beef, but Askiar Hussein has dropped like $50 donations because I remember the name. Always holds it down on the live stream strat. So nobody really won it with Askiar Hussein when it comes to the super chat game. I'm just gonna be clear. I don't know if he's a drug dealer. I don't know if he works construction. I don't know what he's doing, but he got bread because he always supports and always shows love. So we don't even have to take it there. Hey, y'all keep dropping. This is insane, people. Don't be asking for refunds too. Like, yeah, YouTube, I was conned. Like, nah, don't ask for no refund. Y'all gotta chill. Bobby V just dropped $20 on the. He said, "Ask y'all, try me. I got the bands out the band." I, oh my gosh, I ain't never seen no shit like this. Hey, this is just comical at the point. Like, y'all stunting on each other through super chats. Like, this is some 2018 shit for real. Hey, listen, on this particular stream, I apologize. I normally I try to mediate the best way I can. I don't know. I can't. This is just too funny. So I apologize if we don't get to enough boxing conversations. Look at Askiar Hussein. He just dropped a dub. Bro, Bomb Squad. He just dropped 20. Y'all having a real life auction in this bitch. Hey, I chose. That's all I can say. Now y'all see. I chose to be the bad guy. The, no, Askiar Hussein got bread. I don't know if it's counterfeit money or what. Bobby V super chat $2. You didn't even up me. Wow. Ego, the Eddie Hearn of stream. I'm not even, man, I'm just me. I don't even know what's happening right now. Hey, D Bevel, don't be don't be throwing gasoline on the fire. Oh my oh my gosh. Hey, D Bevel jumping in talking about, oh, you lost, bro. Listen, I'm gonna get to Joshua. Y'all don't have to do all that. But you can if you want. No, I'm just playing. Hey, D Bevel instigate like a mother. That's that Vegas shit. See, Vegas is full of gamblers, so you know, D Bevel, he he like this. He likes seeing motherfuckers gamble, risk it all. All right, 50, bro. We're still not at 50 likes. 50 likes, and I'm gonna play the Anthony Joshua clip. All y'all gotta do. Hey, Askiar Hussein, chill, bro. He just dropped another 20, and he says he down for the count. See, I tried to warn y'all. Askiar Hussein got bread. He got bands. He's not really tripping about this. He's a boss. Y'all don't want to go heads up with Askiar Hussein. He's one of them boys. That's what we say in the Bay. He one of them boys. I don't know what. Like I said, he probably a drug dealer. You know what I mean? He on his Scarface shit. Huh? Okay. But y'all don't want to. Y'all don't want to do it with. I try to warn you, Bobby V. Damn, Ego about to leave the chat with the bat. Man, I'm just trying to talk about this AJ shit. Okay, so we got the 50 likes. Keep smashing the like button. I hope you guys are you not entertained. I hope you guys are entertained with these vampire streams, man. we doing it how it's supposed to be done. Talking boxing, but having fun with it too. Um, Here's Joshua.
I'm Deontay Wilder, WBC heavyweight champ of the world. You know, we packing that
Hey, this
Alabama.
man tripping. This is
I'm
fun.
Deontay Wilder, WBC heavyweight champ of the world. You know, we
Hold
packing.
on, my man. I'm gonna replay it. D Bevel, he said since I was instigating, he kept it 100 and dropped a $10 super chat. Good luck to D Bevel. He's definitely been a big supporter. Leaves comments, good comments. I met him in Vegas at Box Fan Expo. Real boxing. He was instigating though. But anyway,
I'm
here's
Deontay Wilder, WBC heavyweight champ of the world. You know, we packing that Alabama power. Joshua, we ready. Are you up for the test? Because I know I'm the best. All you got to do is set the date. Don't wait, mate.
hey, this dude is a fool. Yo, I give it to Joshua. That was pretty funny. Cause on me as an American, we talked about some of the chat shit get buying. That was funny. His American accent is pretty funny. So I like that. But man, listen. I like this side of Joshua. You don't have to trash talk like every day or whatever. But at the end of the day, I like that. I like that attitude. It makes it adds entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Adds entertainment value. Bobby V got killed. Leave that man alone. Y'all that motherfucker can't pay his phone bill now because of y'all instigating. I told you we got the livest live stream. Death Row East, believe in that. But I like that. I like what Joshua just did there. You know what I mean? Trash talk, but have some fun with it, joking. You know what I'm saying? He's doing I'm the bronze bomber, bomb squad. That's gonna help sell the fight for sure. Shout out to King Tron, $2 super chat. He part of the Shmoney gang. But I like that from Joshua. Now the only thing I will say is the fact that you just did that. You've acknowledged that you've been paying attention. I mean, not that none of us didn't know this, but the word got back to you what Wilder's been saying because you just you mimicked to the T using certain verbatim things that he said. Oh, you up for the test? So you must have seen his video where he asked if you're up for the test because you just mimicked it. Do you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense to everybody? So now that you acknowledge it, you know that he's coming for you and you having fun with it. You know what I'm saying? You having fun with it. And that's just what it is. But now that you acknowledge it, if you get past Joseph Parker, you got to fight him. Listen, this is the other thing I got to say. It's not an Eddie Hearn diss or UK or Joshua diss, but Eddie Hearn particularly, Joshua is doing interviews like Sky Sports interviews and stuff like that, and he's like mimicking what Wilder's saying about him in his disses, right? He's not doing this to Gerald Big Baby Miller. So the fact that every time Eddie Hearn does an interview, Wilder's likely brought up, the fact that every press conference that Wilder has, or I'm sure post-fight after Joshua, if he beats Joseph Parker, or press conferences, they're gonna ask about Wilder. That just goes to show what we already know. And what we already know is that that's the hottest fight in the heavyweight division that can be made. Shout out to my dude, King Tron, Wakanda forever, Ego Army forever. He just dropped $10 super chat. It says ego across the belly. You know I'm ego belly. Ego across the belly. I couldn't find a place to rest until I got that ego tatted on my chest. Tell me, can you feel me? Hey, y'all gotta leave Bobby alone. I keep thinking it's gonna be Wilder Joshua comments. Y'all still talking about the live stream stunt fest. I ain't never seen that. Someone said no Moss and Bobby instead of no Moss and Chenko. Y'all are really tripping. Y'all tripping right now. But that was funny. Funny video from Joshua. I like that he acknowledged it. It shows he's been paying attention. And it just goes to show what we already know. So, like, listen. Hey, I don't know if y'all having so much fun, but we got to get them likes up ASAP. These vampire streams come at a cost. If I'm sacrificing my sleep, then y'all got to sacrifice something with me and hit that like button. Show that engagement. Otherwise, these live streams will be a whole lot shorter. That's just the way it's got to be. If I can't get no sleep, if I can't get to my edits, then y'all got to help with me. You got to show YouTube that we engaged. This has to have replay value. Y'all got to leave comments. The usual. So smash the like button. But I'm gonna tell y'all. Here's another point with the whole Eddie Hearn situation. Right? Is all this is what I told you. The Eddie Hearn saying the fight needs to marinate, or a couple fights, or Joshua or whoever saying stuff like that. This is direct proof that that is not true. You know what I'm saying? Because why are you mimicking what Wilder said to you in your call-outs instead of Gerald Big Baby Miller? Why is everyone asking both Joshua, Eddie Hearn, and Deontay Wilder non-stop questions about Anthony Joshua if they're talking to Wilder, or Deontay Wilder if they're talking to Joshua? So there is no, that marination, the promoters have driven that excuse or driven that rationale into the ground. Because if the fight needed more building and shit like that, then why is everyone already so entertained and responsive to those two fighting? Hit the likes for the people's champ, mofos. Joshua got angry about people criticizing his stamina in that video. But this is my thing. Joshua, he can't get mad because it was on two performances. The Carlos Takam and the Klitschko fight, it did look like in the middle rounds, his stamina wasn't great. In addition, it looks like he slimmed down. Like, no, I almost said something, but I don't want to say that for the community guidelines. But pause. His face looks a lot slimmer. I've seen recent pictures. He looks a lot leaner. Look. His face looks a lot leaner. His body type looks a lot leaner. So I said that because I mean, from what I gather, you must have believed him. You must have believed that you had stamina issues or something you can improve, because why didn't you? He was trending to keep bulking up at these weigh-ins. Like the Klitschko weigh-in, he weighed like 250, and then the Takam weigh-in, he weighed more than that, like let's say 254. So he kept growing and kept getting like a little bit bigger, a couple stones heavier. So why did you all of a sudden, after those two performances where people criticized your stamina, why did you now elect to lose muscle mass and lean out? So, I mean, he can get mad or whatever if that's true, but you're taking precautions to get in shape and be leaner, which would in turn probably help your stamina instead of being bulkier or like more stiff and bigger mass-wise. So, man, bottom line, it's a good fight. And like for me, the thing is that I noticed with the fight fans, let's talk about the fight fans. In fights like Keith Thurman versus Errol Spence or Joshua versus Wilder, fights we want to see as a overall populace, right? The fans act as if, like, okay, just tell me if this makes sense. And this is the great thing about these live streams is if anyone doesn't understand where I'm coming from, then we can ask each other questions, and if it leads to it, we could do a hot seat or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the great thing about this live stream is the interactivity, you know what I mean, between the two, or me and someone else, or me and all of you guys. But tell me if you guys understand where I'm coming from. The vampire stream. So, Anthony Joshua versus Wilder is a great fight. Now, you look at the fans, and I hate to segregate and say it's one side's fans, but from what I've seen, it's not really Wilder fans that are not pushing the fight, because if they're man fans or diehard Wilder fans, he's giving you ammunition that win, lose, or draw, that he's pushing for the fight. It's more so Eddie Hearn and Team Joshua that have given more meek responses, or less in your face responses. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So the thing I don't understand about fans, and I was just thinking about this, is if you're a diehard Deontay Wilder fan and your man is win, lose, or draw, I'm not talking about fight predictions. I'm not talking about who would win in the fight, but I'm just saying the build up to make the fight happen. You as a fan, you would rather have your fighter, the fighter you like number one or whatever, you'd rather have them act like Joshua or Keith Thurman in the situation, been a lot quieter, classier, don't look like they necessarily want the fight immediately? Or would you rather have somebody like Deontay Wilder or Errol Spence who's making it known, leaving no doubt about it, that they're gunning for it? Errol Spence, in my mind, I'm not talking about can he beat Keith Thurman, who would win stylistically. I'm talking about just in simply making the fight. As a fan, if you're a diehard Errol Spence fan, then you have nothing to be embarrassed for because he's at least pushing for the fight. Keith Thurman, on the other hand, he's the one like, hey, I got to get my elbow, then I got to fight mandatory, stuff like that. So it's crazy that these fans will say all these reasons, and you know damn well the vampire string. You know damn well you would rather have Keith Thurman talking to Errol Spence like Errol Spence is talking to Keith Thurman. You know damn well you want to see Joshua, and you probably would if you're I'm talking about if you're a diehard fan of these guys, right? You would prefer Joshua to be standing his ground and constantly calling out for the Wilder fight, and have Wilder the one who's saying, hey, maybe 2018, maybe 2019, 2020, whenever I have the best chance. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want that? So that's to me what I was thinking about is Wilder, at least win, lose, or draw, at least he's giving fans something to get behind because he's actively, persistently, aggressively calling out Eddie Hearn and Joshua. Make the fight. One face, one name. Deontay Wilder. I'm the best heavyweight. I'm the best heavyweight of this era. Joshua won't be able to take my right hand. Make the date. Don't wait. I'll fight him anywhere. UK, USA, but the money's in the USA. I'll take 50-50. You know what? Fuck that. I'll take whatever deal you're willing to take in the rematch. Fuck it. I'll give you 40%. I mean, Wilder, he's giving you, as a fan, if you're a fan of his, he's giving you every indication that he's confident and at least pushing for the fight. I can't say the same for Eddie Hearn and Joshua in this given situation. There's been moments where Eddie Hearn seems like he wants to fight, but then there's also been moments where it seems like he would rather extend the fight, and as Joshua or as Wilder would say, milk the fight. There's been times where Joshua's having fun, like that video I just showed you, and he's mocking Deontay Wilder, building up excitement for the fight. But then there's also Sky Sports interviews recently where he's also said, hey, nobody's gonna steer my career. It's mad. It's mad. You know what I mean? I'm gonna fight him when it makes sense for me, when I feel I have the best chance to beat him. You know what I'm saying? But as a fan, there's no way you could tell me you would prefer your number one fighter or your fighter to take the more meek approach and have somebody constantly trying to rip them, trying to embarrass them, you know what I mean, and constantly put them on Front Street. I really don't believe that. Like, like they would love for if Keith Thurman was talking to Errol Spence. Like, just hear me out. If you're a diehard Keith Thurman fan and he was talking to Errol Spence the way Errol Spence is talking to Keith Thurman, and Errol Spence was responding to Keith Thurman the way Keith Thurman is responding to Errol Spence, you're telling me you would prefer that Keith Thurman act and respond how he's been acting in real life, as opposed to him acting like Errol Spence, like where he was pressuring Errol Spence? Is that what you guys really are telling me? So, for example, I seen an interview where Errol Spence said, oh, Keith Thurman, I smoke him easy. So you would rather Errol Spence be calling out your favorite fighter, Keith Thurman, and Keith Thurman saying, not gonna happen, baby, 2018, not gonna happen. You would rather that than to hear your favorite fighter, Keith Thurman, say, oh, Errol Spence, I'll smoke him easy. I'm from Florida. You know what I mean? Never ran, never will. You would prefer he act. That's why I'm saying fans be fake, because you can't tell me you would rather see Keith Thurman look at least in the buildup like he's getting backed against the wall and getting pressured, and like he doesn't want the smoke immediately. I really don't believe that. I really can't believe that. You rather have it seem, and I understand like talking doesn't win fights, so I'm not even talking about a fight prediction. But you can't. I can't believe that boxing fans would have a favorite fighter, and you mean to tell me you'd rather take the more of the Jesus approach, like forgive them, Father, they know not what they sin. I'm gonna take the high road. I don't believe that. I don't believe the both. See, that's what your favorite fighter, is giving you. So as a result, since you like them, you're just accepting it. That's what I strongly believe. Shout out to John Ramos. He said, "Ego, the king of boxing streams. Ego be preaching the truth." I mean, I'm waiting for the hot seat. Someone challenged this point that I'm making. Yo, we stuck at 70. The numbers should keep rising as people join, because I've seen the numbers fluctuate. Smash the like button, especially on these vampire streams, because I got to do a lot. I've been streaming all day. I've already made my numbers and made my quota for the day. I'm just trying to give back to the boxing game, and I'm missing sleep to do it. So, yeah, like it just doesn't make sense to me that fighters or fight fans would claim that they would rather have it look like their fighter is getting pinned and backed against a wall than be the other person who's the one that is looking all bold and brash, and they're the ones that are aggressively with no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't believe that. Like, so Deontay Wilder is saying all this, oh, bomb squad. I'm so frustrated. I'm the best heavyweight champion in the world. Run, 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 Joshua. And then Joshua has said a few seldom responses, and you would prefer Joshua. Oh yeah, but he's doing it, and he's so tasteful and classy. So you'd rather Wilder try to embarrass Joshua, and Joshua have a few responses, but also have some responses that say, hey, 2018, maybe 2019, maybe 2020. That's what you would prefer as a fight fan and a fan of that particular fighter. That doesn't make sense. Or look at Canelo versus Triple G. When Triple G in 2016 was pressuring the fuck out of Canelo, and he was like, give me my belts, and no, give me my belts, right? And Canelo actually gave him his belt for free without a fight. You would rather, I'm not saying you have to switch sides and be like, oh, I'm a diehard Golovkin fan, but you mean to tell me you would rather it be like that? No, you wouldn't. If Canelo was pressuring Golovkin like I was born ready, give me my fights, you know what I mean? And then Golovkin was the one that just gave up his belt, and you were a Canelo fan, you would love that, because now it looks like Canelo punked Golovkin. So let's be real, man. We got to get boxing back to a place where we're being honest with ourselves. You know, if everything, the whole sequence for Canelo Triple G, right? You're missing the whole point. His name is Heem, that's Mr. C. Rather my fighter be true to, see, I hate when people, they take a whole message and then they try to like exaggerate it or try to get on some poetic. I would rather my fighter be true to who they are. Just flow, just let it flow like a river. You're missing the whole point. Of course I want fighters to be who they are, but that's not the question. My question is, if you had it your way, if you're a fan of Canelo, a diehard fan, you would rather see Canelo give up his belt to the guy pushing for the belt, saying, hey, no, I'm ready now, not for future, and then trying to make Canelo look bad, right? And then Canelo gives up his belt. You mean you would rather him do that? I'm not talking about, oh, be true to yourself and you gotta do what's right for you. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if you had the choice, or if you're a diehard Canelo fan and it looked like Canelo was like, hey, Golovkin, fight me, what's good? You don't want to fight? Okay, that's what I thought, give me that belt. That you mean to tell me you would still prefer Canelo to be like, no, I like him taking the high road and saying, I don't want to fight right now and giving up his belt. Be real. This is really a point I'm trying to debate. Who's willing to step up? Who's willing to step up and say, hey, my A-side fighter who's getting heavily pressured by critics, by fans, by the media, by this other fighter who wants to fight him. I would rather my fighter be the one getting pressured than be the one doing the pressuring. Get the fuck out of here. Who's trying to debate that? That's basically in a nutshell what I'm saying. I'm not saying, and then once again, somebody has to take the point I'm trying to make and take it to some whole nother level. I want my fighter to be true to thyself. No shit. But again, who if you had it your way, what would you prefer? Shout out to Elite Gaming. He says no one is debating you, ego, because you're right. Laughing my ass off. That should be non-debatable. But see, they have to try to spin it to make it debatable. I want my fighter to stay true to himself based on how he was raised and his upbringing. I'm not talking about that. Like, I'm not saying Andre Ward, if he's son of God, I'm not saying he should switch his name and start acting like Adrian Broner. That's not the issue. But I'm saying if somebody was punking him, if Chad Dawson was punking him and like, give me the belt, and then Andre Ward just gave him his belt, you would rather your fighter that you like, Andre Ward, be the one on the receiving end of that pressure than to be the one pressuring what's the name? Again, I'm not saying fighters need to be, if they're God-fearing, then they have to be atheists. I'm not talking, that's way deeper than the whole point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying if Ward is son of God, he should switch his morals and become an atheist to get a fight. That's not what we're talking about. Period. Here, I can add to this point that I'm making. Andre Ward drained Kovalev. Get this man out of here. You don't even belong in a group with real boxing fans. Drained Kovalev, but he came up to his weight. You're out of here. I don't even have time for that. That was just stupid. Ward came up to his weight, but he drained Kovalev. Rambo out of here. You don't even get no hot seat work because you're clearly trolling. All right. And I'm asking you, we got over 100 people in here. Speak up now in this hot seat or forever hold your peace. If you guys personally, not what their upbringing was, what their personal belief is, or should you trash talk versus be classy, in the media spotlight, amongst the fans, amongst the fighters and peers, who would you rather be right now in terms of perception? Keith Thurman or Errol Spence Jr.? In regards to them fighting each other, right? Not in terms of, oh, I'd rather be Keith Thurman because he has 2 belts. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in regards to that potential fight. Who would you rather be? Look, Errol Spence Jr., hands down, the truth. Again, I'm not talking about, oh, who you rather look like. I'd rather be Keith Thurman because he's light-skinned. Like, I'm not talking about that type of stuff. I'm not talking about, oh, you'd rather be Keith Thurman, oh, because he fought the better competition in his last 2 fights, or he has 2 belts. I'm talking about, in the case of Keith Thurman fighting Errol Spence Jr. and perception, who would you rather be right now? Errol Spence Jr., the way fans, majority of them, are perceiving how he wants to fight, or Keith Thurman, the way majority of them are perceiving how Keith Thurman wants to fight. And look at the fans is telling you. What are they saying? That's what I'm saying. I could take it a step further, but no one's challenging this. No one's stepping up for the hot seat, so I don't really even have to. But I could go to Keith Thurman's page. I've not even. See, this is the thing. See, I'm gonna do it. I chose to be the bad guy. I'm gonna do it just so I can prove my fucking point. This is John. Hold on. If y'all want, we got to get closer to 100 likes in ASAP, because if y'all want me to do this extra and prove points and stuff, I gotta see that engagement. Smash the like button. But I have not tested this out. This is not premeditated. This is a Johnny on the spot test, and like Muhammad Ali said, I'm ready to back up every word I'm saying. If y'all want to see me do this quick test, let's get closer to 100 likes and ASAP, because the vampire stream, I'm trying to go to bed a little bit earlier. I'm not trying to stay up all night. Ego's not getting opposed. He's all confused now. LOL. Keep killing it. I'm trying. But this is a test. Drop a like, my dudes. Elite Gaming said. This is a test that has not been proven or it's not been like rehearsed or premeditated. Ego, I think marriage has affected Thurman. I just don't think it is there anymore. People change. Different things change different people. You know, what I mean, it could be he already accomplished 2 belts. He made some good money fighting Porter. Made good. I'm sure he got probably over 1 million both fights. I know first Danny Garcia got 2 million, so that 2 million might have got good to him. You know what I mean? Take some vacation. I see Keith Thurman. He be vacationing and stuff in Tokyo and Japan, and he went to Nepal. So you know what I mean? Okay. Once again, see, listen. Some of you guys struggle with comprehension. Miles Long. He says, I don't understand your point, to be honest. Public perception doesn't win fights. Listen, I've already made that abundantly clear that public perception is not going to determine the outcome of a fight. I mean, if you think I got this far in boxing, not knowing something as simple as that, then you're sadly mistaken. I got this far in boxing from being realistic. Mayweather versus Pacquiao, they did a poll on Showtime before the fight after it was announced, and they announced it, and like 73% of the people picked Pacquiao to beat Floyd. So that's another example of public perception that was wrong. So I get that. I never said it would shape the outcome. You're missing the whole point, the whole last point. Public perception is not going to win you the fight, just like it didn't win Pacquiao the fight versus Floyd Mayweather. So that's not the point I'm making at all. 73% of the people who voted picked Pacquiao to beat Floyd Mayweather, and that clearly didn't happen when they fought. So I know, just like Floyd say, that's like saying, oh, Conor McGregor has more fans, so he's going to win the fight. Floyd always tells you, fans can't fight for you. Fans can't fight for you. So I understand that I never said that Keith Thurman will lose because of the public perception. I never said Anthony Joshua would lose because of the public perception. I never made these claims. I'm saying, who would you rather be? Like, I'm talking about how fans will act as if they detest Deontay Wilder because he's ignorant or he's not classy, things of this sort, or they don't like his approach, and then they'll start bringing up a bunch of stuff. But my point is, who would you rather be in the public perception battle? You know what I'm saying? Have you ever heard perception is reality? Again, it's not a reality, meaning the outcome of a fight is determined by public perception. But what I'm saying is, who would you rather be in the build up for anticipated fights? And most fans are acting as if they would rather be the guy who, well, not most, but the fans of certain fighters are acting like they'd rather see their fighter getting pressured and being a lot more casual than the person that's pressuring them. Look at Randy. He said, "No, I don't want to look like no punk. I'd rather not be the one getting punked." That's what I'm saying. See, look at people are saying in the comment section. So once we get to 90 likes or so, I'm gonna run this test. This is Johnny on the spot. This is not rehearsed. I have not. Wow, someone says Superman or Clark Kent, bruh. That's a good analogy. Clark Kent was always getting bullied and looked like the nerd and stuff. Superman looked invincible. So that's a good comparison in this perception versus reality argument. Nobody's getting punked. So, okay, dude, listen. This is how I'm gonna run the test. But now, since you keep putting this crazy shit, I'm gonna run the test on you in the hot seat. So this is for him. That's Mr. C. Because you're saying no one's getting punked. No one's getting punked in the physical. Like Errol Spence is not just okay. So you down for the hot seat. So you mean to tell me that the perception of Keith Thurman, for example, the perception, just so you know, this hot seat argument, you're saying no one's getting punked. Again, no one's getting punked physical like Errol Spence is just walking up to Keith Thurman and pushing him. But the perception of Keith Thurman wanting to fight versus not wanting to fight, the perception of Errol Spence wanting to fight versus not wanting to fight, clearly the momentum and the perception is Errol is pushing for the fight and Keith Thurman isn't. So you're telling me I'm wrong in that assessment? Because you said no one's getting punked. Like I said, I was gonna just run a blank test, but now I'm running the test on you because you clearly. Hold on. You said no. No what? See, now here's the backtracking. See, this is so predictable, man. What? No what? Why'd you put no now? I thought we had an agreement for a hot seat. Hurry up. We're trying to get the hot seat. Okay, so you said no one's getting punked. So explain what you're saying since you're now wasting everyone's time. No, I'm not telling you that. So now you're backtracking because first you were all with it and you're like, okay, sign me up, hot seat. And then now that I just set the tone just to make sure we know what we're arguing, now all of a sudden you're backing out and saying, no, I never said that. So you explain what were you saying? What were you saying about no one's getting punked? Explain that. How is no one getting punked when my whole statement has been about the perception of who's losing the pressure battle, who appears to be the aggressor and who's looking like the passive person. So you explain that since you're holding up this whole test. Crazy. Just when we think we get a hot seat, they always backtrack. That's the new thing they're doing. Oh shit, shit got real. Let me backtrack. You were disagreeing with everything I was saying prior to, but now all of a sudden you agreed to the hot seat, and then I just kind of went over the two debates, and then now all of a sudden it's not what you want to argue. So please explain. You said no one's getting punked. Explain that. How is no one getting punked in these situations when I just elaborate the perception of it? And I was about to run a test on you, and then all of a sudden you bail out. Didn't Cuba Good? You did a Cuba Gooding Jr. on Boys in the Hood. Remember after Ricky got killed, and they went to go find the dudes that killed him, and Cuba was like, "Let me out the car, let me out," and then they just went and did the revenge hit without him. That's what you did. You just got out of the car. You Trey, you Cuba Gooding Jr. You my junior. What? Getting punked has everything to do with you, the Warriors, not the kids. Oh, in the lunchroom. What are you talking about? What does that even mean? Anyway, you Cuba Gooding Jr., you Trey, let me out the car. Let me out. Ammonia, you could get it next in the hot seat. You bias ego. Okay. You got next in the hot seat. We gonna have bunk bed caskets for both of y'all in this hot seat. Okay. Heem, what are you talking about? Let's wrap this up. I already got another hot seat. I'm trying to run this test on somebody, and y'all just holding up the process. What are you talking about? Classroom or lunchroom, oohs and ahs. What is that? What are you talking about? Does anybody understand what he's talking about? Let's vote. He's taking too long. Yo, you gotta hurry up because we already got our next, just like y'all keep saying, oh, you should get a phone line. We already got the next caller. So you gotta clarify what you're talking about like ASAP because nobody seems to understood what you talked about this lunchroom shit. I didn't even know we were in school, but you took it back to school. It's like when you try to get chocolate milk, it's Friday and the kids are like, ooh and ah, give me some chicken nuggets. Like, what are you talking about? What is this lunchroom? I never said shit about, I ain't say no filth floor in the filth. I ain't say no lunchroom and chicken nuggets. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking? Getting punked has nothing to do with fans or per pressure. Hey, get this man out of the kingdom. Like, can we vote? He's just wasting. How is it? I said the perception of getting punked. You're trying to make this into something way different. Bottom line is Keith Thurman is getting pressured. Bottom line is Errol Spence is doing the pressuring. Whether you think whoever wins in the fight, that's the reality of it. Everybody, if you got an L, put your L's up. You go back to the lunchroom and study your homework because you're not on the level to win a hot seat. If he got an L, put your L's up so we can get to the next caller. Shooters, get him out of here. Shout out to Caesar. He said, Heem, that lunchroom analogy was trash, bruh. He said getting punked has nothing to do with fans. So if Jamal Charlo calls out Jacobs and then Jacobs pulls on him and they have an exchange of words and then the fans say, "Oh, I thought Jacobs did this to him," or "Oh, I thought Jamal Charlo stood his ground and Jacobs looked scared." So you don't think that has any bearing on perception? What are you even talking about? You seen go to the video where Jacobs pulled up on Charlo, and you'll see people dropping their opinion on who punked who in that battle. There was no punches thrown. There was no head butting or like shootings, but people formulated opinion like, "Oh man, so and so froze up," or "This person won," or "This person stood their own ground." Hey, get this man Heem out of here so we can move on to where you at, ammonia or whatever. Show your face. And please make this snappy. Hold on, is Heem, hold on. I'm gonna get to you, ammonia. I seen you respond. Is Heem out of here? Okay, I'll get Heem out of here. Cool. One hot seat down. You're next. Ammonia. You about to be smelling like ammonia. You made a video about Keith Thurman throwing a pitch but not fighting Spence. Check the fight he has fought back to back with which other welterweights take fights like that. Sean, Danny back to back. Okay, so you're in the hot seat because you said I was biased. Nothing that you just said that makes me biased. That's one thing. That's one issue because you're supposed to be following up with that. Second of all, you have to put into you have to put into context what I said. And I already said numerous times, I have no problem with Keith Thurman in his next fight fighting anybody that he wants. You know, hopefully somebody reasonable. He's already said he's not fighting someone in the top 10. He's coming off a layoff. I am taking into account that he had two back-to-back tough fights, good fights, Sean Porter and then Danny Garcia. I am taking into consideration that he has an injury, and a surgery that he's coming off of, and a long layoff. I have never once said that Keith Thurman in his next fight needs to fight Errol Spence. So now that we've set the tone, and that's all provable by videos I've done, now you prove how I'm biased because I made a video about Keith Thurman throwing a pitch, because I never once said he needs to fight Errol Spence in his next fight in any video. So how am I biased, ammonia? We're going to see who's smelling like ammonia in a minute. They're going to be pouring ammonia and Ajax and all types of shit to clean up this blood I'm about to spill in this hot seat. Shit is too easy. You're biased, okay. What did I say that was biased? Egos talking Thurman's public perception. And see, this is the thing. Everybody, like, I wasn't even trying to put that first dude in the hot seat, and I was about to run a test that I've never done. Either I'm going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't something that I planned out, mapped out, rehearsed. And I was going to run a test. He should have just waited to the test and then jumped in. But you tried to jump in the hot seat, and then I said I'm going to run the test on you now. We're 3 likes away from 100 while we wait for ammonia to finally respond. Smash the like button while we're waiting. So what did I say that was biased? Because you haven't got to that point. So if you don't have a problem with him fighting a tune-up, so why the constant pressure on whatever the man's doing? Let Spence fight Porter or Garcia. And I'm the one that's biased, but you're saying why the constant pressure and let Spence fight. Okay, once again, I don't have a problem with Keith Thurman fighting a tune-up, coming off of 2 tough fights, coming off an injury, coming off a long layoff. Fact. I've been on. So that's not even what you said at first. So I had to clarify you. So you already have a strike 1. Strike 2 is this. Nobody gives a shit who Keith Thurman fights in May. But he could fight, if all goes well and he retains his 2 titles, he could fight Errol Spence at some point this year. But he does not seem open to even exploring that option. What if in May he fights and he gets a first round knockout? And he's like, damn, This fucking shoulder, man, my right hand feels like surgically repaired. I feel great. You know what I'm saying? Then you don't need a bunch of tune-ups. You're already a terrific fighter. You're already a champion. And that's the point. You don't even know if you're gonna feel he could fight in May, get re-injured, God forbid, re-injure some shit. But he could get in there and start being like, man, I feel great. You know what I'm saying? But before any of that happens, before his May fight, before that May date, he's already telling you, not gonna happen, baby. 2018, it's not gonna happen. And he's kind of talking like Floyd and being Errol Spence's manager, saying, "Oh, he could wait. He could wait. I had to wait. He can wait. He could fight a couple title defenses. And if he's really the truth, then the truth should keep winning. And you know, I'm one time, so I'm gonna keep winning." But why? Why does it have to be all that? Why don't you test out the elbow? If you're feeling great, if you have a good performance, then maybe even entertain the idea of an Errol Spence. He shut that whole thing down for 2018. So again, where's the bias? Now I'm gonna ask you a question since I answered your question. Do you think that Keith Thurman should or could fight Errol Spence Jr. this year? If yes, or if no, explain why. Once again, Ammonia, you're in the hot seat. I answer your question, now you answer mine. Could or should Keith Thurman fight Errol Spence Jr.? And if you say no, he shouldn't fight him in 2018, then please explain why. Listen, I'm not reading anything else you put until you answer my question. That's how this is gonna work, because you asked me a question, you still haven't proven I'm biased. You have at least 1 or 2 strikes, and I just asked the question after answering yours. So I did the courtesy of answering your question in detail. So now you have to do the same thing. Keith Thurman, the only guy at welterweight with 2 belts, undefeated, could or should he fight Errol Spence Jr. in 2018? If no, then explain why. Explain why he shouldn't fight him at any point in 2018, if you feel that way. Smash the like button. We just got to play the waiting game. Look, they're trying to give you countdowns and all type of shit. The end is near. This is the end. This is the end, my friend. Shout out to Jim Morrison. So I answer your question, answer mine. Should or could Keith Thurman, does that look feasible? Is that a feasible fight, or is it out of the question and it shouldn't happen for 2018? If it shouldn't happen and it's not feasible, I'm being biased, and other boxing fans that want to see it are being biased, then explain why it should not absolutely happen in 2018 if you feel that way. So I'm the biased one. You still ain't proved it. Slow the countdown. I'm trying to give him time to get this work. He on Google right now. He on Wikipedia. What I think Thurman should do don't matter. Cop out. Ego, he already said he's fighting him next year, so let's wait till next year if he won't fight him. How is it that I can answer your question in full detail? I ask you one question and you cop out of the question by saying, "Oh, my opinion doesn't matter." So it does matter because you made it matter. I wasn't talking to you. I was just talking to my points, and then you called me out by basically saying that I'm biased. But now all of a sudden, when I answer your question, I do you a solid by answering the question you had and providing a clarification. And then when I ask you to do the same thing, you say, "Oh," you find a way out of it and say, "Oh, my opinion doesn't matter." No, your opinion obviously mattered because you wanted to speak it. And then I asked you to be in the hot seat. Bro, you look like Suge Knight. Well, welcome to Death Row. Any artists want to remain artists, don't want to have to worry about their favorite boxing channel all in the video, dancing, come to Death Row. Once again, why y'all care what I look like? I am Suge, minus the jail. Back to Ammonia. So you made your opinion matter when you entered into the hot seat. Don't backtrack now. Strike 2. I'm going to ask you again. We're just reiterated for the people just joining. Your opinion, we've already established. Okay, hold on. I'm going to let the Ego Army ride on you. I chose to be the bad guy. I'm going to let Ego Army ride on you. If y'all who are listening to this want to hear Ammonia's response to my question, put yes. If you want to hear him respond and his opinion matters, type yes. That's all you guys have to do. If you want to hear his response, type yes. See, Ammonia, the fans care. The fans care. So now that we established your opinion does matter because the fans want to hear it. Now stop ducking the question. Strike two. Once again, in case you forgot, which you guys are famous for, it's always an internet connectivity issue. I'm in traffic driving. What is the question again? So let me reiterate that so there's no excuses. Ammonia, since everyone just said your opinion does matter and they're waiting on your response. Once again, in your opinion, should Keith Thurman fight Errol Spence after a tune-up or at any point in 2018? Could or should he? Is it feasible? Is it unrealistic or whatever because they have two different matchmakers? If you say no, he shouldn't fight him in 2018, please explain why. And explain why I'm biased. But we'll start off baby steps. Answer the first part of the question. Ammonia. Should Keith Thurman fight Errol Spence in 2018? If you say no, he shouldn't, explain why. Why is it not realistic? Why is it not feasible? Providing he has a tune-up or what of his choice. Because I'm the biased one, people. Now we'll see how this plays out for Ammonia. So what's the issue with Thurman throwing a pit? No, bro, I'm not reading nothing you put unless it's an answer to that question, which you're clearly evading. You're ducking the question. You typed a whole long paragraph about shit, asking me questions. Oh, what's wrong with him pitching? Who cares about baseball? Like, bro, I'm giving you one last opportunity because now you're really just wasting everybody's time. Answer the question. Stop avoiding the question. Your opinion matters. Everyone's waiting on a response. Who cares about the pitch video? We're in the hot seat, and one of us is going to emerge as victorious. So just answer the question. Should they fight? Could they fight? Is it something that physically, realistically, hypothetically could happen? Word to big pun. And if you say no, then explain why. Why can't it happen at any point in 2018? See, the fans are trying to give you all an L already. Did he respond? Because I didn't see it. Can y'all just keep smashing the like button while we wait all day for people? Because I got to see something. I just got to see comments come in or like something happen. Okay, he said the answer is no. One fighter is active and the other isn't active enough. Okay, so you're saying that Keith Thurman, even if he fights a tune-up, it's impossible to fight Errol Spence. So how is it that Keith Thurman can have a tune-up of his choice? He could fight Rod Salka, he could fight Jojo Dan, he could fight anyone, and you're telling me that he'll be inactive? Wow. Wow. So, let me get this straight. If he fights in May, you can no longer use inactivity as an excuse because that will be the fight where if all goes well, you'll get to see what you're like, how you're feeling, knock off any cobwebs. For example, Luis Ortiz had a dry spell. Fact. He fought Daniel Martz on PBC in December. Post-fight, Wilder jumped in the ring. They had at it. And then by March, since that dry spell had been knocked off by fighting a person of his choice that we knew Luis Ortiz would beat, Daniel Martz, he was able to fight Wilder in March 3rd. Not only fight him, but give Wilder his toughest fight. The inactivity and the cobwebs are resolved right then and there. Here's another example to prove that you're lying. Floyd Mayweather fought, you guys can research this. Okay, now you playing games, you fucking with a real one. You know, everybody just type, you know you done fucked up. He's making excuses, now it's time to boil this kid. He said that was Ortiz. He was desperate for the Wilder fight. Okay, I'm gonna use an example of a motherfucker who did the same thing and is not desperate. Okay, yeah, you want to play games and you want to play semantics and waste everyone's time. Now, if y'all want this kid to get a casket, can I get a hell yeah? If y'all want me to boil him right now and flame him right now, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? All I need is just give me some of that motivation because he's playing games. He's talking about, oh, that's because Luis Ortiz was desperate. Okay, I got one for you. You're not about to win this. He about to put you on the game, bruh. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. He want to play games. Oh, that's because Luis Ortiz was desperate. Okay, just give me a couple more hell yeahs and a couple more likes, and I'm on him. I'm on him. I'm on it. Let's get to 120 likes so I can handle this easy work. If you in this stream, let's get to 120 likes or better. Can I get a couple hell yeahs? I need some motivation, people. And I'm on it. He's trying to waste everyone's time. So I'm gonna show y'all how it's done. Once we get to 120 likes, it's a wrap for you. Ammonia. Cause you want it now, you're trying to play games and try to pick up a word. Oh, it's because Luis Ortiz was desperate. So I give you a perfect example that refutes what you said, and now it's another excuse. So cool. The vampire stream. All right, we had 120 likes. I'm from the Bay, just like E40. Tell me when to go. Someone say go, and then I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna break this kid up real quick in the hot seat. You know, I chose to be the bad guy. Tell me when to go. If whoever put, okay, Gio, let's get it. Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather fought Miguel Cotto. Tough fight at 154. Floyd had a pending domestic violence issue, which he pled guilty for. And immediately after the Cotto fight, he had to serve time in jail. He also did a new deal with Showtime. It was a multi-fight, I think 6-fight deal or whatever with Showtime. Facts. Correct me when I'm wrong. Floyd Mayweather is not desperate like Luis Ortiz was in that last example. So we all know Floyd is the A side. We all know what I just said was true. Floyd fought Cotto, had the DV issue, did time in jail, had a new deal with Showtime, came back, fought Robert Guerrero. He didn't need a bunch of tune-ups. And then his next fight after Robert Guerrero and a layoff where he was out was Robert Guerrero, his mandatory. And immediately after that, who did he fight? An undefeated Canelo Alvarez. So Floyd did it at an advanced age, 36, 37. You know what I mean? Coming off a layoff. He wasn't injured per se. But you're telling me Keith Thurman can't. Keith Thurman can't fight a tune-up and then be ready for a top-notch competitor. Not to mention Floyd, when he fought Canelo, was giving up 13 years to Canelo, who was only 23. Not to mention that Canelo had a significant size advantage. So Floyd dealt with the whole time he was in jail. So after the Cotto fight, which happened, I think in May, he didn't fight at all until he fought Robert Guerrero in May, right? And then he fought immediately after he beat Guerrero easy work. He fought Canelo in September. But Keith Thurman, you're saying him fighting whoever he wants. He could fight a Robert Guerrero type person like Floyd did. He could fight whoever he wants to shake off the cobwebs, right? And you saying that doesn't make him active enough to the point where he is competitive or he's ready for Errol Spence. Well, then why did Floyd fight a guy at 152 as dangerous and big as Canelo and he had inactivity? And he was in jail where you can't even, he was in lockdown, I think, for 22 hours, 23-hour lockdown, right? So, and he's not desperate like Luis Ortiz. Like, he could have fought anyone. More excuses. But Floyd wasn't injured, and that's Floyd. So you would rather be, let me get this straight. You would rather beat Danny Garcia, have a hold on. See, now I'm telling you, you can't win this. Keith Thurman is on record saying that he had this elbow injury before the Danny Garcia fight, but he decided one last fight and then I'm going to get it taken care of. He had this elbow injury, per his own words, before he fought Danny Garcia. And not only did he fight Danny Garcia, he beat Danny Garcia. He fought Danny Garcia and he beat Danny Garcia with the elbow injury. See, this is what happens. You can't fuck with me. You fucking with a real one. This ain't Berto. You fucking with a real one. I don't know who you beat. I don't know who you lost to. So you mean to tell me Keith Thurman could fight Danny Garcia with the injury, beat him, collect a second belt, then have surgery, which is set to repair the injury, have a layoff, but now he can't fight a tune-up of his choice and then fight Errol Spence because he's not active enough. And then you're talking about, oh, but that's Floyd, and he was in jail, he wasn't injured. So I'm not the smartest brother in the world, but who would you rather be? Would you rather be Keith Thurman with an elbow injury? You see the best surgeon, they fix whatever the problem is, and then you have a little bit of a layoff, take a tune-up, or would you rather go to jail? You would rather be the person with a slight injury, right? Something that doesn't take 2 years to heal, right? You'd rather be the person who's in jail who can't even work out, probably depressed because Floyd has been rich most of his life, and now all of a sudden he has the environmental change. You'd rather be the person, you think, you're like, oh, but Keith Thurman, or Floyd Mayweather, he wasn't injured, so you'd rather be the person in jail. That's what you're telling me, huh? You would rather have to go to jail and come off a layoff and then fight Robert Guerrero, your mandatory, then fight Canelo, as opposed to Keith Thurman, who fought with that injury and then got it repaired. Stop playing with me, people. I told you he wasn't gonna win. He's flabbergasted. You don't have nothing to say, flabbergasted. Oh, but see, this is what happened. You see how this is what people do. When I used Luis Ortiz as an example, he fought Daniel Marsh and then immediately fought Wilder, a dangerous fight, which he did lose to. He said, oh, that's because Luis Ortiz was desperate. He had to take it. Okay, then I use an A side like Floyd. Oh, but that's Floyd. You're getting bodied, my dude. That's how you know you lost, because no matter what example I give you, no matter how dead on or how similar in situation, you're always gonna find something. If this man got buried, if he got an L, put your L's up so we can move on and I can run this Keith Thurman test right now. Shit is too easy, man. Stop playing with me. It's always an excuse. Oh, Luis Ortiz, he had to take. Okay, Floyd don't have to take any fight. He's the A side. He could fight Robert Guerrero, and then he could have fought Josecito Lopez and still did decent numbers. You know what I'm saying? And he chose to fight Canelo immediately after that. So I'm not trying to hear, oh, but he wasn't coming off an injury. Yeah, he was coming out of fucking jail. It's not really much better. You know what I'm saying? Get this man out of here. Do I have any shooters in the building that can get ammonia out of here so we can run this test and I can wrap up this? Y'all got me hyped. I don't even know if I'll be able to sleep now because y'all got me hyped. I'm getting hot in this hot seat, but not because I got burned. You know I didn't get burned. Like I said, I don't know who you beat, I don't know who you lost to. I don't know who you beat, I don't know who you lost to. Get ammonia out of here so we can proceed and I can run this Keith Thurman test. Dude was in jail. Okay. Now Tommy got to get it. He took a risk with the injury already and fought Garcia. Okay. Bro, you're already gone. I don't even want to have to resurrect you. Keith Thurman took a risk with the injury already and fought Garcia. He had a surgery, and that's not a little surgery. Give him 2 fights. Let him. Are you Keith Thurman? Get him rhythm. Listen. Okay. So this is proven. Listen. Now you're not even like on my level right now because you already got buried and you want me to resurrect you just to bury you again. And then just so you know, Tommy got next. I'm not playing with you dudes right now. Okay, so why did Keith Thurman take the risk with Danny Garcia, an undefeated champion, but he doesn't want to take the risk after having a surgically repaired elbow? So you fought Keith Thurman fought Danny Garcia. This is what people don't bring up. Keith Thurman fought Danny Garcia with the bad elbow, an undefeated champion in the division, good power. You fought him with the bad elbow, but now you're trying to say that he can't fight Errol Spence without the bad elbow or with the repaired elbow. These young boys can't beat me. So you were willing to risk it all and fight undefeated Danny Garcia with the fucked up elbow pre-surgery, but post-surgery, after having some time off to recover, then you can't take a tune-up. According to you, you can't take a tune-up and then actually fight Errol Spence. He needs even more tune-ups than that. Why y'all even try the hot seat? If this man got a second L, please put your L's up so we can move on to the next contestant in the hot seat. If he got that 2 L's like Cool J, if he got a second L, put your second L up. We not playing, people. It doesn't make any sense what you trying to say. L1, L2, PlayStation controller. All right, now he got to go. And Tommy, I told you I was coming back. Bro, you keep losing. Danny Garcia was moving up from 140. Danny Garcia fought Paulie Malignaggi. He beat Robert Guerrero, knocked out Paulie Malignaggi, fought Samuel Vargas. So he had, off the top of my dome, he had at least 3 fights. So he didn't just move up. And he fought Lamont Peterson at 143, which is technically welterweight. Holla at me when you think you could fuck with me. So in essence, he had 3.5, 4, depending on how you look at the Lamont Peterson fight, at welterweight. So don't tell me, oh, he fought coming up off of 140. He wasn't coming up off 140. He had multiple fights to acclimate to the division. And I just named 3.5 to 4. Bye-bye. Nice knowing you. These young boys can't beat me. And I spent a lot of time with you. I was hoping that you would come up with something. L blocked. Get this man out of here. Get this man out of here. These young boys can't beat me. Oh, y'all got me geeked up, man. Yo, hey. Hold on, where's Tommy at? K Barnes, you ain't doing shit. Where's Tommy? I told you I was coming back for Tommy. Hold on. Hey, Tommy, show your face. Where is he at? Hold on. Hold on. We got to get Tommy up out of here. Fuck, where's Tommy? Hold on 1 second, yo. Okay, Tommy Renfro. He says Mayweather was in jail. Okay, he said Mayweather was in jail for 2 months. So what does that have to do with anything? He was in jail for 2 months. I'm about to bury you. Listen, I promise you, this is going to be some easy work. I'm not even going to spend as much time on you. He was in jail for 2 months. So what does that have to do with the point that I was making? Hurry up. These young boys can't beat me. You wanted to jump in the mix. This had nothing to do with you. This had nothing to do with you. But you can get it too. Okay, he said it's not as bad as coming off surgery. Okay, boom. Now, you know, everybody just type, you know you done fucked up. If y'all want this boy out of here, just say, you know you done fucked up. These young boys can't beat me. I chose to be the bad guy. All you have to do is say, you know you done fucked up. I need a little motivation. You're out of there. You said, hold on, so y'all know what he said. Because I got so geeked, I didn't even read what he said. I read what he said, but I didn't read it to y'all. His response is, it's not as bad as Keith Thurman coming off surgery. Okay. He said Floyd Mayweather was in jail for 2 months, and it's not as bad as Keith Thurman coming off surgery. Okay. You know you done fucked up. Now, if you weren't so small-minded, and you were thinking of the bigger picture instead of trying to prove me wrong, you know you done fucked up. Then you would have realized, who gives a fuck how long he was in jail? It's about when he fought fighter A, his last fight, versus when he fought fighter B. Jail was just and I think it was longer than 2 months, but whatever. We'll say it was 2 months, right? He still didn't fight anyone from Cotto to Robert Guerrero. And now, you know you done fucked up. He fought Cotto May 5th, 2012, and he did not get back into the ring until Robert Guerrero Cinco de Mayo weekend, a year later, almost a year to the date, 2013. So even if you want to say that Floyd Mayweather coming out of jail for 2 months, which I thought it was longer, but maybe you're right there, is not that bad. He was still coming off of a year layoff, and immediately after fighting his mandatory Robert Guerrero, he fought Canelo. But now all of a sudden, Keith Thurman, he has to have multiple tune-ups. And not to mention, when he fought Canelo, that was at a higher weight. Although it was a catch weight, it was still a higher weight. And we know that Floyd didn't rehydrate as much as Canelo. Or we know that Canelo was visibly bigger. I told you, these young boys can't beat me. If he got an L, just like the last one, put your L's up, man. We not playing games. We not playing games. Like, why did they even step up? Y'all getting burned on the vampire stream. I'm tired. This is not even the sharpest version of me because I'm tired. And I'm still bodying y'all. I chose to be the bad guy. So you can minimize it by saying it was 2 months for Floyd, but it was longer than 2 months because between his last fight, Cotto, and Guerrero was a year. And I just showed you, it's like a year to the date. Okay, I understand that is a long layoff, but I want to be at 100 for Spence. What do you mean you want? Are you Keith Thurman? You said, bro, you're done. The fans already voted y'all. I don't even know why I'm wasting time. He said, I want to be 100 for Spence. So you're Keith Thurman then. He says, I want to be 100 for Spence. Like, that means you are Thurman. Get these dudes out of here. Who's James Souza? Yeah. Man, this is too easy. Do y'all still want me to run that Keith Thurman test? Even though I don't got nobody to test it on. I seen that D Barnes, but he didn't have no real work for me, so I'm gonna let him sit. K Barnes didn't have no work for me. He was just saying stupid shit, so I'm gonna let him live. Because this is too easy. These hot seats are back to back. He has to keep, you know what I'm saying? He's not even typing anymore because he's scared because he's seen two of his buddies just get burnt up in the hot seat. So I don't even have to do K Barnes like that. Yeah, see, he's switching the subject. K Barnes was agreeing with all that shit they were saying. Now he's asking me, do you think Andre Ward can do anything at heavyweight? Switching the subject. So like I said, that ain't no work. Y'all want me to? I'm just messing with you, bro. I know you don't want to get, bro. I have ammunition to the shit I'm saying. There's a method to this. Hey, if y'all get to 100, look, you think it's a game? I got emails. Look, I got emails. Y'all keep hey, May 19th, 150 likes, I'll expose the email. Look, Premier Boxing Champ, undefeated welterweight Keith Thurman, recovering from elbow surgery. If we get to, I can back up what I'm saying. That's an email sent to your boy regarding this. If we get to 150 likes, I'll show you the email directly from Premier Boxing Champs. Y'all want to play with me? This is not a game. I don't do this for play. 150 likes, and I'll show the email. It should be 175 likes because I've already made my points. I'm telling you, this is not a game. I'm not just making shit up. This is how I was gonna do them, but the hot seats, I was able to get them out without even showing the email. You know what I mean? So I didn't even have to do that. Well, I'm gonna show you the Keith Thurman test that I have not proven, and we're not at 150 likes, so I'm not even gonna do the email thing. But anyway, this is, in case you guys remember, this is the whole thing I'm talking about, perception. I'm gonna go look at Keith Thurman recent pictures, because remember how I said this doesn't determine who wins a fight. I'm just talking about the mere perception of who you would rather be. Does everyone, before I did all them hot seats, does everyone, woosah, these dudes got me, they got me geeked up, man. Okay, I'm trying to take y'all to church real quick. Hold on, take them to church. Hmm. Okay. Does everybody remember the whole what started this whole two hot seats? Because I know we got a little sidetrack. I was merely saying, in a nutshell, excuse me, in a nutshell, fans, they act fake. They act like they come up with all these reasons for these mega fights to not happen, right? Oh, Joshua Wilder shouldn't happen. They should let him marinate. And what is Wilder sold? And Keith Thurman, he should get two tune-ups and stuff, right? And my whole thing is the fights don't need to marinate a lot of them because it's not going to get exponentially bigger by waiting, just merely by waiting. Everyone thinks that the Mayweather Pacquiao effect, oh, they would have got 175 million if they would have fought 5 years earlier, but since they waited, it was $1 billion fight. That's not going to happen for every fight because the guys involved in those fights aren't established and household names like Mayweather and Pacquiao were. So my whole thing is a lot of fans are fake in the sense that they always act like there's so many reasons why Joshua, he's the A side, so Wilder doesn't deserve the fight, and woom, woom, woom. And Keith Thurman deserves tune up after tune up, and Errol Spence, he should just have title defenses, right? But my thing is, you got to understand the marinating and all that. There's a perception behind it, and the perception, most fans that are lying, they're gonna lie to themselves in the sense of if your fighter is Keith Thurman, you would rather Keith Thurman be the one doing the pressuring like he did in the past when he was pressuring then champion Paulie Malignaggi. Better not duck me, son. Right? When he was pressuring Floyd Mayweather. This year, we burning money. When he was pressuring Manny Pacquiao for the fight. When he was calling out everyone. You would rather see Keith Thurman be the one pressuring than being the one getting pressured. And that perception, right? That perception of him wanting the Errol Spence fight, a lot of people, most people feel that Errol Spence is doing the pressuring and Keith Thurman is stalling, or he's the one that's prolonging a fight we want to see. I mean, this is very simple arithmetic. Why would you rather, if you're a diehard Keith Thurman fan, you would rather have Errol Spence trying to embarrass him and Keith Thurman not matching that intensity. Like let's say I'm a diehard Conor McGregor fan, right? And I don't really care about Floyd Mayweather. He's just whatever. So if I'm a diehard Conor McGregor fan and him and Floyd are doing that press tour battle, then I'm gonna want my guy to be winning. Oh, Conor McGregor, when they went to Canada, Conor McGregor won that round. Conor McGregor had way funnier, wittier lines at the press tour. That's what people were doing. That's what fans were doing. Every time they had to stop, LA, Canada, New York, people were judging who had the better rally and who had the better disses and the better jokes and the better build-up when they went to the UK on that press tour. That's what people were doing. So again, pressure and perception is not going to win you the fight because someone could have thought Conor McGregor won all the press tour stops. That didn't mean he win the fight with Floyd Mayweather. I'm not suggesting that. I'm not saying because Keith Thurman is, the perception is he doesn't want the fight or he's being cornered or backed into the wall. I'm not saying that's why he'll lose the fight. That doesn't have anything to do with it. And I'm smarter than that, than to know that that doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, if you had the choice, would you rather be supporting the guy who's doing the pressuring or the guy that's getting pressured and receiving hell? So let's do the test. Everybody clear what we're arguing? Right? Everybody understand like the argument now, since that was a recap? If you guys understand where we're going with this, can I get a hell yeah? The vampire stream. Can I get a hell yeah? And then we'll do a test. I've never done this. I've never practiced this or rehearsed this. This is what I'm talking about with perception. Again, perception won't win the fighters these fights. but we're just merely gonna scroll through different fighters' verified social media, and you'll be able to, just off of that, be able to get a good pulse or gauge on what people like. Remember the videos I used to do? I haven't, well, I still do them. I just haven't done one in a while. Here's what they think about you. I need a couple more hell yes to let y'all know that y'all are engaged, and we're gonna run this test right now. Because you know how they say perception is reality. This is why. And again, Rigondeaux was pressuring Lomachenko. That doesn't mean he won because he didn't beat Lomachenko. But the fight got made. You know what I'm saying? The fight got made. A couple more hell yes and we rocking. Let's get a couple more hell yes and a couple more likes and we rocking. I'm gonna click it. And I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. I gotta see the likes go up a little bit, at least a couple, at least one or so. And I'm gonna click it. Like I said, I gotta see the engagement. That's how this is an interactive stream. All right, we going. Keith Thurman, 254,000 followers. So I'm gonna click on this picture, right? 4,000 comments or likes. This one has 6,000. So him pitching the baseball, and we'll see what people are saying. Spence before the end of the year. Forget this let it marinate garbage. From Adams. Errol Spence Jr. gonna get his ass whooped. So people talking again. You goofy ass clown, you a duck. Runtime Thurman. Welp, elbow must be fine now. Time to fight Errol Spence Jr. These are random comments. Keith Thurman, you're the man. So we pitching with that suspect elbow. I wonder if Thurman will cherry and fight Rios next. The fighter that was calling out everyone and fearless is gone. Remember what I told y'all about perception? I'm not putting these comments. Errol Spence, end of the year. The elbow excuse is out the window now. Right? The WBC should make his ass fight Errol Spence Jr. by the end of the year so he can unify the division and move up. This Nick playing softball and shit. Here's what they think about you. No face scare bitch. I don't know what that's about. Yo, Errol. Keith looks cool to me, bro. Throw pitches and shit. Tagged Errol Spence. Fight Spence or give up the belt. I'm tired of you clowns messing up the boxing game. Right? Perception don't matter? Okay. Errol Spence. This nigga jumping sports to stay away from you. Look. Everybody screaming duck can sign a contract with me. I don't get what that is. Stop throwing balls and pick up your own. Fight Errol Spence already. Look, this is a random test. Throwing that Errol Spence Jr. contract. Still dodging Errol. Look, I'm just going through random comments. Complaining about an injury but throwing strikes. Shaking my head. Sometime Thurman. Please hurry up and get back in the ring and shut up Spence. So this sounds like a fan of Thurman, and he's saying shut up Spence. Why wait till next year? Fight Spence. Come on. That's test one. So in the battle of perception, this is what I'm talking about. Now, obviously, I'm realistic. Fans aren't going to always get, because, you know what I mean, let fans have it. They'll have Mikey Garcia never fight a Lipinets or something. It'd be like Lomachenko, then fight Terrence Crawford. Then I'm not doing all that. No one's expecting, at least me, I'm realistic. I'm not expecting that of Keith Thurman or even Errol Spence. Errol Spence fought Lamont Peterson. If he fights Ocampo or Omar Figueroa next, that's good. And then fight a Keith Thurman and or a top name like Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, then that's good. But you've seen what the fans were saying. That's not me. So once again, this is what I'm talking about, perception. Perception's not going to win you the fight. Now, If we get to 150 likes, we'll see if the perception is the same for Errol Spence. This is like obviously the social media age is a shout out to my dude Eric Kelly. Social media age is a quick way to kind of get a pulse on what's happening because the fans. Why are you going to be on Keith Thurman's page if you don't even know who he is or you don't follow boxing? So a lot of times there's some level of boxing fan. Smash the like button and we'll click on Errol Spence and we'll look at his perception. This is what I'm talking about, people. Perception does actually matter. It doesn't determine the outcome of a fight. Look, he has almost the same amount of followers, 258. We'll use this picture because it's a picture of him. Right? Smash the like button and we'll go over his. Y'all think it's a game? Now let's see if they're saying what they're saying about him. You guys stop me. Thurman on that treadmill. Every time you fucking something up, you destined for greatness, my brother. You see me? Look, Keith Thurman ass. Keith Thurman trash emoji. Look, not going in on Errol Spence. Someone calling him the GOAT, right? Errol Spence, hearts. This is a random test. I didn't plan this. And obviously I couldn't plan all these comments. I know what you're saying. And yeah, he has called him out. But Errol Spence could be talking more to get them in the ring. Right? You must not watch much boxing. But he's been calling out Thurman, Garcia, Porter. And they're all scared. Look, who's going in like that on Errol? Some people are debating. Keith Thurman, man down. Kell Brook, all the lights. Brook wants no smoke whatsoever. Once again, not saying much bad about Errol Spence. It's a far cry from the other one. Errol Spence, you are a beast, 100. Right? And then see this. The next kid you're going to fight, even with a record of 22-0 and 13 knockouts, that's a mandatory. So if he does fight Ocampo, deal with it. And if he can't get a guy like Thurman or whoever, Danny Garcia, then y'all got to deal with. You guys are the reason why he has to fight a mandatory instead of a unification. Unifications trump mandatories. But if the unification fights aren't there for him, you know what I mean? Jeff Horn's fighting Terrence Crawford, and then Keith Thurman has 2 of the belts. Errol has 1, and Keith Thurman says not going to happen in 2018, then don't get mad because he has to fight a mandatory. And what would trump that would be a unification. But the guys are either tied up or the belts are tied up. Look, who's going in on Errol really? When the ticket's going on sale, Errol, let us know, bro, because I'm in that thing. It's not the same. Duck season. They all ducking. Errol Spence. I noticed Thurman didn't throw your name in the mix when asked who he'd like to fight. So, Spence will kill Crawford for sure and Thurman's scared. So, this is my point. So, back to the fans. Back to the fans. Perception doesn't determine the outcome of a fight. Once again, I'm going to keep saying that because I know how idiotic some people try to bend and twist what you're saying. I'm not suggesting because of the fan outcries and cherries, because sometimes fans be doing too much in the comment section, leaving cherries on Danny Garcia's on his page, and he got a good resume. So I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is perception is reality to a degree, and you see the far cry of comments in support of what Errol Spence is doing. You see what I'm saying? Errol Spence is the one that's clearly making it public that he wants to fight. Even if he lost to Keith Thurman by knockout, people oblige and appreciate his hunger. You can't take that away from him. The kid from DeSoto, he looks hungry. Shout out to D Bevel the champ $5 Shmoney Gang. He said the Vampire Stream has defeated me. Good night, Fight World. Shout out to you, Ego. Yeah, it's about to defeat me too. I'm about to get out of here. But this is what I'm talking about, people. You don't see people going in on Errol Spence, despite the outcome of whatever happens when they do fight. You don't see people going in on Errol Spence in the same way. And then you go to Keith Thurman's page, and they're saying, we're not even at 150, so I'm going to bed. I'm not going over the Thurman email. Maybe next time on a non-vampire stream, I'll show you the email. But yeah, I told you this is the email right now about this elbow surgery. But I'll save the ammunition. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna call it a night. This was a fun live stream, but this is what I'm saying. Fans often act in a manner that I know is not consistent. You mean to tell me if you're a diehard Keith Thurman fan, you would rather go to his page and see a group of fans, all perception-wise, going in on Keith Thurman and saying, "Oh, when you gonna fight him? Oh, you could throw, yeah, motherfucker, you could throw a baseball, but you can't throw that name on a contract." You would rather see all that, despite the outcome of the fight. I'm gonna keep saying that. You would rather see all that as a Keith Thurman fan than to push for the fight. You would rather go to Joshua's page and see people say, "Oh, please shut Wilder up. Please do it, dog." Or you're ducking, you're scared. You know what I mean? Because of the perception of how their opponents are gunning for the fight and making it public. Most of the time, they're the B-side fighter gunning for the fight. I don't believe that, but that's what fans act like they want to be, coming from the Joshua standpoint of, oh, Wilder doesn't deserve it. Wilder should fight Dillian White. You're doing that because that's how the cards are set up, and it looks like Wilder's pushing for the fight more so than Joshua. You're saying Keith Thurman deserves 2 and 3 tune-ups because that's what Keith Thurman is telling you. That's because that's what he's saying he wants, and he's telling you he's not going to fight. But you can't tell me that you would rather be on the side. I'm not saying who you like better. You would rather switch sides. I'm just saying you would rather your fighter appear to be getting bullied, or the perception to be what I just showed you about, hey, why don't you fight him? You duck an arrow. You would rather that be the perception for the fighter that you are a fan of? Or would you rather be like Errol Spence or Deontay Wilder, where people are like, man, I can't wait till you get that motherfucker in the ring. I'm going to buy tickets. So these fighters got to realize that. Again, the fans can't fight for you. Perception doesn't win a person to fight. But it's kind of how you respond to it. To me, this is the whole thing with the Keith Thurman shit. And then I'm out of here because the vampire stream has come to a close. But the thing is, it's not even so much that Keith Thurman won't fight him this year. It's his demeanor about fighting him in general. His demeanor doesn't sound like he's that pumped or energized. Maybe because he knows he's not going to fight him this year, he's not really trying to put too much energy in it. But it's not just, I mean, obviously I want to see the fight this year if I could. It's just kind of the demeanor of fighting him in general doesn't seem as hungry. Like, I remember seeing Thurman go in on Tim Bradley one time. He was just like, oh, Tim Bradley, he needed to shut his mouth. He said whatever. But it was that hunger, that vigor. Keith Thurman seemed like he really meant this shit. And we out. Vampire Stream. The Vampire Stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Get some rest. If you're just waking up, depending on where you're at in the world, enjoy. Have a good day. We working. The Vampire Stream. Peace out.